Okay, well, Superintendent, thank you so much for taking the time to speak with us today. So I know we have limited time. I wanted to talk to you about some of the main topics people have been asking about. SB 231 was a big topic over the last few years. That money is running out. Teachers at Title I schools and special education rules. It really helped fill some of those vacancies. So what are you doing to make sure that these ongoing positions continue to get filled?
Yeah, so it's working with the legislature. Actually, in the governor's proposed budget, that funding is continuing. The legislature itself needs to make a determination whether they agree or how it is going to be funded. I know they're going to continue to have the questions, especially with the shift nationally and what's transpiring. But the intent and the outcome, to your point, I've spoken with teachers that did make a difference for them staying, whether it's in special education, staying at a Title I school. Those funds did make a difference, and we're very thankful for the staff that work at those schools.
Okay, and one trend we've seen over the last few years is declining enrollment in CCSD, and it's also impacting some school budgets. So first, how will you keep students in CCSD rather than going to places, in some cases, to charters or private schools? And then also at the same time, making sure that staff aren't surplus and programs aren't cut.
We want every single family in Clark County to have Clark County School District schools be their first choice. First and foremost, I want to make sure that parents know what we have to offer each and every day for their children. I think having the narrative that has transpired over the last few years has not been positive. And we need to change that. There are great things happening in our schools. I was at an event the other night, and parents just came up to me and said, I love my school, I love my teacher. Usually what happens is, does that translate up to the district? Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. And that's now incumbent upon me to make sure that we are a collection of amazing schools. And we do have school choice within the Clark County School District, that parents, they see a school across town that has a theme that they want their child to be engaged in. I'm talking beyond magnet schools as well, or a school that's close to their office. They need to know that all of our schools are open for enrollment, which actually starts next week. And having a conversation about what is transpiring at the school and finding the best fit for all of our children.
One of the biggest issues we hear across the board from parents specifically is bullying. So whether it's bullying being addressed by schools, in some cases I've heard from parents that they're claiming that the bullying was not properly addressed by the staff, and then their child then gets in trouble for responding. Do you think the anti-bullying policies in the district are sufficient? Are there things that you would like to see changed?
So bullying is a big topic, otherwise you wouldn't be bringing it up. But how we respond and react to what is transpiring in a classroom and beyond a classroom. How do we learn how to talk and have conversations? There are components of working with students, right? Because we want to be proactive. We don't even want to get to that point. So how we have conversations with our students, with our teachers, with our parents. Bullying shouldn't be tolerated anywhere. It does transpire. What we need to do is bring those incidents down. And I think that happens with conversation, having real conversation about what is transpiring, why are we doing it, it shouldn't be happening. Redirecting our students, because sometimes students do not realize the harm that they are causing with student conversations. And I don't know if we've really sat down and had conversations as opposed to just jumping and saying now you need to be in timeout for a while, but let's talk about the harm that you did to someone else through what has transpired. I don't think we do that enough, and I want to see that changed.
Okay, this is from our viewer Kelly, who said, what are you going to do that the last few superintendents didn't do that will increase learning and make Nevada go from last in national rankings to at least top 25?
Yeah, great. Changing the learning environment, number one. Right now, we know that the learning environment prior to the pandemic wasn't working for all of our children. And so that's why at the state level, we started working on competency-based learning, as well as the Nevada Portrait of a Learner. all of those pieces, our children have, the learning environment is not like it was when I went to school. And to say, well, when I went to school, this is what we did, we need to change that 100%. When children are learning in today's classroom, they have access to so many more resources. Sometimes, the whole cell phone pouch, making sure that we turn those off. Very positive move that the school district made, because we want to be engaged with each other, not necessarily engaged with the technology all of the time. I think setting those clear goals and directions and having every child choose a path. It's not just a path to a diploma, because what does the diploma mean? Do you want to go into the medical profession? Do you want to be a nurse? Do you want to be a teacher? What is it that do you want to go work on the Strip? Do you want to work in media? And then finding those resources and those opportunities for our students we should have had students engaged in this right now, helping pieces. I think that shift is going to increase our graduation rate. Kids coming to school are going to be happy. When the kids are happy at school, they come home and with their parents and say, this is what I learned in school today. Those are the environments that we need to double down on. So I really appreciate her question.
A minute and a half. Okay. One of the things I've even heard it talking to a lot of people with the previous superintendent, there was this idea, whether it's from staff or parents, of fear of retaliation. How do you come in after several years of that and make sure that people feel comfortable saying, hey, this is happening at my school, or this is happening to my child? How do you dispel that feeling that some people have?
I am going to be out in the schools, number one. The staff knows how I feel about retaliation. It is not tolerated within the Clark County School District. But if someone is having those feelings, they need to talk about it. We cannot change the culture within the Clark County School District if we're not having honest and open conversations. And so it's the see something, say something. We need to have facts of what is transpiring, and not just hearing, well, I may be retaliated against, or this may happen. If something is happening, they need to report it. We need to know the specifics, who they are, and then take care of it, because it will not be tolerated.
We heard, I believe it was this week, there are some reports of ICE coming into the community regarding undocumented immigrants. If they do approach any of our schools, what is the district's response? Will they be allowed onto campuses?
They will not be allowed onto campuses unless they have a warrant. They have a reason to be there. All of our principals have been trained and understand they are to call the CCSD police, as well as our council, so that we do have processes in place, just like LAUSD had processes in place. We will follow those same.
Alrighty.
Can I ask one? Read by grade 3.
Make it quick, girl.
Okay, so I know a big thing for you is read by grade
Yes.
3 and pre-K. Will we see pre-K in every elementary school in the district soon?
Oh, I would love to see pre-K wherever we need it. We have some pre-K classrooms in our high schools. And so we need to look geographically where the need is for pre-K, yes. And then also read by grade 3, making sure that we're doubling down, that our literacy strategists have the resources they need, that our parents are fully informed. And this is something that I'm still trying to find out, right? To what level do all of our parents understand where their child is in their capacity to read? And how specifically, when the child is at home, parents can help after school, on the weekend, and then gaining those resources, because our children are really smart. It's the adults that need to make the shift to make sure that our children are successful.